I've been seeing a lot of articles and social media posts lately about the referees favoring South Carolina's women's basketball team in the last two games against Maryland and especially Duke. In that game, Duke was called for 18 fouls while South Carolina was whistled for 13. South Carolina shot 20 free throws to Duke's 13 in the Elite Eight game. I'm sorry, it wasn't like that game between FAMU and Georgia State where it was like 48 fouls to 6. Coach Clayton will correct me on the actual numbers, but you get the point. Now that's crazy. But 2013, that's more style of play than referees. Then these critics are saying Don Staley gets the benefit of the doubt with the refs being animated and yelling on the sidelines. Experienced refs get to know coaches' styles, and just because you may be loud doesn't mean you're being disrespectful or being showed up. This is why you shouldn't put too much credence on refs being biased. They're judged every game, and if they're really bad, they don't move forward and eventually get replaced or fired. Bad ones definitely don't get to work March Madness games, especially the Final Four. This is much ado about nothing. So let's move on to what we really want to know more about the teams in the Final Four. Down in my neck of the woods here in Tampa, we will see UCLA, UConn, defending national champion South Carolina, and Texas battling it out for the national title. SEC foe Texas will take on defending national champion South Carolina for a fourth time this season, while UConn takes on UCLA in the nightcap on Friday. Three of the Wooden Award finalists for Most Outstanding Player in Women's Basketball are in the Final Four. Texas's Madison Booker, UCLA's Lauren Betts, and UConn's Paige Buckers. For UCLA, this is about building their own history. This will be UCLA's first trip to the Final Four since 2003, and the Bruins are seeking to win their first NCAA title. They had to prove to themselves this year that they were tough enough to get to this point. See, last year they lost to a more physical LSU squad. This year, they lost twice to USC before finally beating them in the Big Ten championship. They were the number one team most of the season, but was it the same team as before? They're proving that they're not. Betts is literally the big woman in the middle. The 6'7" junior averaged a career best 20 points, 9.6 rebounds, 3 blocks, while shooting nearly 65% from the field. She got in foul trouble against LSU, but if the Bruins are going to advance, she will have to dominate the middle. For UConn's, and it's specifically Paige Buckers, they're trying to get back to the top of the mountain. This is UConn's 16th Final Four appearance in the last 17 years and 24th appearance overall. They have 11 national championships, but none since 2016, an eternity for Huskies women's basketball. Buckers has overcome injuries and disappointments, but has saved her best for last. She's had three straight 30-point games, and her 105 points are the most in a three-game span in the program's storied history. Many believe she will be the WNBA's number one pick in the upcoming draft. A national championship would solidify her spot as one of the program's all time greats. For the Texas Longhorns, everyone knows about sophomore sensation Madison Booker, who was the SEC Player of the Year. However, The heart and soul of that team is likely 5'6" senior guard Rory Harmon. Last year, Harmon could only watch as Texas fell again in the Elite Eight to North Carolina State as she had suffered an ACL injury just a few weeks before. Now, just 10 months removed from that injury, her defensive presence and timely baskets have helped the Longhorns overcome their previous Elite Eight failures. Her shutdown of TCU's Haley Van Lith set the tone for Texas's best defensive performance of the season. TCU had a season low 47 points and 21 turnovers. While Booker is the engine, which is why she is a Wooden Award finalist, Harmon is the performance fuel that gets Texas going. They face a South Carolina squad that is likely the least talked about for a defending national championship, at least in my recent memory. The Gamecocks are not flashy, and at times their games are not pretty. Yet they continually have found a way to win and are back to the Final Four for the fifth straight time and seeking their fourth national championship. Part of that is because of the dynamic play of sophomore Malaysia Fulwali and junior forward Chloe Kitts. But their seniors, Tahina Paupau, Bree Hall, Sonia Fagan, and Sakina Walker, have added toughness and stability to this squad. They are winning in spite of having the target on their backs. But this team has continued to show why they belong. The Final Four begins Friday with the title game on Sunday.